Hello everybody, what's going on? This is Andrew, and today I am going to take a look at historic post-alchemy changes. So, if you'll notice, I've got a Teferi Time Raveler in my deck, the legal version now, not the illegal 3-mana version, but the legal 4-mana version. Has been rebalanced and has now been approved for play in historic. I made a video about where I think Teferi Time Raveler slots in best the other day, and it's this deck. It's the Niv-Mizzet Reborn 5-color control deck. So what I've done here is I've tried to tune this deck's main deck to never lose to creatures. I've still got some Thoughtseizes and Inquisitions, but mostly I've got a bunch of removal and some sweepers in this deck, and I really don't want to lose game 1 to creature decks. So my sideboard is loaded with stuff that I want against control decks. So I can take out a bunch of this removal, bring in a bunch of stuff for control decks, and be pretty well set up. I think Teferi Time Raveler is going to be really good in a build, excuse me, in a deck like this. Teferi can pick up your own creatures or planeswalkers. So we can pick up a Hydroid Krasis or an Oath of Kaya to cast it again. And then Teferi's Plus lets us Thoughtseize, Inquisition, or Duress our opponents after their draw step. And Teferi's static ability means that we can play our Niv-Mizzets and our Teferis without having to worry about what our opponent might be doing with counter magic and stuff like that. So that's the idea with this deck. I want to beat creature decks game 1. Sideboard into decks that don't lose to control decks game 2, and hopefully I can use Teferi to glue this deck together. And that's the plan. So I'm going to hop into a couple matches and see if we can do it. Alright, getting into the first match here against Zvavok. I'd love to play first. And yeah, I think this hand looks okay. I think I'll keep it. Missing red mana, but I've got all the other colors. So I can Oath of Kaya on 3, and then hopefully we'll have drawn something else to do by then. I'm going to hold on to one of these Zagoth Triomes. So I'm going to play one of them here, and then probably go Indatha next turn, and then Oath of Kaya the following turn. And hold on to this Zagoth Triome to cycle. There's red mana. I think I'll just play Drowned Catacomb and pass here. Plan on cycling the Zagoth Triome at end step. It does look like we queued into potentially a control deck. Yeah, Cycle Shark Typhoon. So we've got a couple cards that are not as good in the control matchup in our main deck. There's a chance that like Niv-Mizzet and Teferi still can help us win game 1 against control, but it is going to be a little harder. Oh, they're the Lotus field deck. Sure. We'll cycle Zagoth Triome here. There's a Sacred Foundry, so we don't need the Savai Triome anymore. So I think I'll go Sacred Foundry tapped, pass. Green, white, blue, black, red, yeah. Cycle the Triome away. Got another land. Gonna have to draw one of my threats at some point here. I guess what we're doing here is playing Drowned Catacomb and picking up Giganta. Kind of wish that it had tapped my mana differently. Maybe I should have paid attention to that. It would like to represent that I have counter magic up, even though I don't. Instead, I have a bunch of removal that's probably going to be dead for the most part here. I'm just going to try to play Giganta. I'm assuming this is getting countered, but you got to play your cards. Yep, there's Teferi. Teferi is going to get to untap the Lotus field. I'm going to try to kill Teferi with some of the spells I have. So I'll shock, and I will rip apart, deal 3 to Teferi.
Do you want me to phase you out of time?
Oh, I tapped my mana wrong. Oh, that was so bad. Why is it... Oh no, I just don't have enough. It wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, my mana's awkward here. I can't cast all 3 of these this turn. I thought I could. I didn't count, but I just like looked at them and thought I could do everything I wanted to do. Okay, took Teferi off the battlefield. That's good. And I'm not worried about the castle tokens. I've got sweepers in my deck. And they weren't worried about Teferi because they had to back up Teferi. If I don't find one of my threats here pretty soon, I'm probably just going to concede and go to game 2. Let's give it one more draw step. I think we're dead here, though. Looking pretty dead to me. I'll give it one more draw step. If we can find a Niv next turn, maybe there's a chance we can get in under a counterspell, but it's looking very unlikely. You know what? They're just casting Shark Typhoon, huh? So yeah, since they did cast that, I am going to wait a turn. If I can find a Niv literally this turn, maybe there's a chance we can pull this back. Oh. Okay, we'll concede. Concede to the discontinuity that just stops the turn. Okay, so now we're gonna bring out all of this creature removal that we have, and bring in all of our non-creature removal. So we've got Disputes, Duresses, Dovin's Vetoes, Teferi Time Ravelers, Clothises. I don't know if I want Maelstrom Pulses. They clean up tokens, but if I have to be in this position where I'm cleaning up their tokens, I don't know if that's a game we're winning. What else am I cutting here? I think I can cut the Tameo. And then the Oath of Kaya's probably go, and I leave one pulse in. And I'm wondering about trying to fit the other Maelstrom Pulse in here. I like Ashiok, but maybe not. No, I'll cut the Ashiok and I'll put the other pulse in. This seems good. And that's what I want to do. That's how I built my deck, so I'm hoping that we can, I want to say easily win both post-sideboard games. It's not going to be easy, but I think our deck will be in a really good spot and we won't have that many dead cards. And hopefully we get to show off Teferi Time Raveler here. That's really what I want to do. Yeah, this hand looks sweet. Oh no, I don't have blue mana. Oh no. Come on, Drowned Catacomb. have lots of Drowned Catacombs in my deck. Would love one by turn 3. Okay, opponent kept their hand. We'll lead on the Savai Triome. The fact that this makes red is really good for later. There we go. There's blue mana. So now we'll go Zagoth Triome. Thoughtseize you. Aether Gust, a couple Shark Typhoons, a Strict Proctor, a Day of Judgment, and a Stifle. I think I'm just taking Day of Judgment and then slamming Thief next turn. I guess the Strict Proctor actually is really annoying, isn't it? What's the chance that they just play Strict Proctor, though? No, I have to take it. That's annoying. I don't really want to take Strict Proctor here. But I think I'm kind of priced into it. Here's my Thief of Sanity. Did they draw a counterspell? Oh no! That's so frustrating. There's Dovin's Veto. They missed their land drop. That's good for us. Ooh, Teferi. They can Shark Typhoon here. I'm pretty sure I still just play Teferi. Did they find another disruption? If they did, I'm going to be so frustrated. No. I think I'm going to minus here. Just to draw a card.
Here we go.
No land. Okay. Shock, main phase Memory Deluge. Because they have to. Okay. There's a Maelstrom Pulse. We'll plus...
Trust me, I have a plan.
And I guess I Iteration here. And I really hope I find a blue land. Or I could just not Iteration. I think I try to hit my land drops. Oh no. Okay. Well, that was the worst case scenario. Jeez. That was really unlucky. Now they can do whatever they want this turn. Narset's actually fine, though, because I've got the Angrath's Rampage. Okay, cool. There's Drowned Catacomb. So now, what am I doing? Am I just slamming Niv-Mizzet? I kind of want to go Rampage and then hold up Veto plus Mystical Dispute.
Don't worry, I got this.
Yeah, I kind of like this better for now. And if I can find a land, then I can go Niv and then have Dispute up. Cool, my turn. Ooh, I can draw step Thought Erasure them.
Let's try this.
They can cycle Shark Typhoon here. And they will. Okay. Let's make sure I'm tapping my mana right. Yeah, okay. This still leaves me blue up. Okay. So they have this Teferi, 2 Aether Gusts, Dovin's Veto, Archmage's Charm. So I'll take the Teferi. Do I want a Teferi? Kind of. So they're gonna attack. I think I just let that happen. We'll see what they do here. They can cast Shark Typhoon. If they cast the Shark Typhoon, I'll just pulse it. So let's see. I can pulse the 3/3. I'm just gonna draw. I'm gonna plus Teferi.
I've got it.
I'm gonna play Teferi. I'm gonna plus this Teferi.
Must be done.
Hope to hit a land, untapped land. Yeah, I really needed to find an untapped land there so I could, I can Thought Seize them now. Do I care about any of the cards in their hand? No. Yeah, so this sucks. I wanted to find a land so I could Maelstrom Pulse both of their things this turn. Now they can kill my Teferi Time Raveler. And now... I guess I do want to Thought Seize them. You know, I'll just Thought Seize on end step, actually.
Time. You just let me know if you're up for round 2 as soon as I think of one.
So I'll Thought Seize on end step because I want to take the Dovin's Veto. So I'm making them use the Dovin's Veto here. Because now they can't do anything about my pulse to kill both the sharks.
Keep up the pace.
I'm finding a lot of spells that I like, but geez Louise. I am not finding lands, so I can't cast too many spells in one turn. So I can Teferi. They have the Archmage's Charm. If I duress them plus Pulse, then untap 2 lands, I have Veto and Dispute up. Let's take a peek. If they Archmage's Charm this, I'm okay with that. Otherwise, I'll take the Archmage's Charm and be pretty happy about it. A bunch of Stifles, some Aether Gusts, but I'll take the Archmage's Charm. Or they can Aether Gust this, can't they? Well, I feel like I kind of messed that up. So Teferi's gone. I get to clean up the Maelstrom Pulse, or I get to clean up this turn. So we'll clean up. We're gonna Aether Gust it again. I'll veto that. They're gonna make a 1/1. Oh no, they're scrying. Okay. I would really love to find an untapped land next turn so I can go Niv with Dispute back up, but I might try to get Teferi down first. So they kept a card on top. I think I'll go Teferi here. Cool, Teferi resolves. They can't cast the Deluge now. I think I'll just draw with Teferi. Ooh, Krasis is nice. They can make a 1/1 or scry, but they can't Memory Deluge now. They can make another 5/5. Yeah, that's annoying. Obviously, that's their 4th Shark Typhoon.
Only time will tell.
Black, blue, white. That needs to be green. This one's red. Here's Niv. Cool. No counter magic means Niv resolves. Oh, but they can stifle his ability. Sure. And then I'll dispute their Memory Deluge, because it's not getting any better. They found Teferi, really.
If you show remorse, I'm not ready for you quite yet.
Uh-huh. Play Niv? Are they gonna stifle this ability too? Seems like that's what they're planning on doing. Yep. Okay. I think I'm going to lose this match, and I'm really frustrated because I don't think I should have lost this match. I think I misplayed the last game. If they just Wrath here, that's kind of okay with me. The Hydroid Krasis is going to be pretty good here. So I can Krasis for 6. They have 3 Aether Gusts. So many Aether Gusts. Yeah, I'll put that on top though. Okay, they spread 1 to the top.
Keep up the pace.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can play both Nivs this turn. Or Niv plus Gigantha. Which is going to be pretty okay. They're going to scry now. To get value, yeah. Both to the bottom, sure. Red, green, red. Yeah, okay. Okay, I don't want to play this game anymore. Let's go again. Alright, that was a disappointing match. Let's hope that this one goes a little bit better. Hand looks good. Cliff Drop Retreat cannot come into play untapped here, which is funny. Yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about that last match. I'm frustrated about it. Turn 1 Thoughtseize from our opponent with our handful of lands is obviously not good. They're taking our Niv. I found Savai Triome, which means this is now untapped. It means I can cycle this second Zagoth Triome away. Croxa. What am I discarding? Maybe the Breeding Pool? It's kind of redundant. I think I'll just pick up the Giganta here. I want to have cards in hand. So having a Giganta seems good. Might not be cycling this Zagoth Triome anyways. Might play it next turn and play a 3-drop. Not sure how this matchup will go. I don't have too much stuff to attack the graveyard, but Lotus is really good at attacking the graveyard, so Lotus out of the sideboard is going to be important. Thoughtseize seems good here. Push or Unholy Heat. Take the Unholy Heat. And then just play tap land. They get to crack one of these to draw a card. And they have a Fatal Push, which doesn't do a lot. Feeling kind of okay here. Vanishing Verse might be good, but it doesn't do anything against Croxa. Yeah, I'll just play Giganta here. They're gonna cycle that, draw another card. Cast Fatal Push to do it. Fatal Push, you can cast targeting whatever you want. It having CMC or mana value 2 or 4 or less is not something it checks when you cast the spell. So you can cast a spell on something that has more CMC or mana value. So they could cast, but then it just wouldn't do anything. Just fire up high of an attack. That's fine with me. I've got the Vanishing Verse for next turn. So white, black. So I can iteration here. Which of these cards do I want? I think I'll exile the Thoughtseize. So am I keeping Angrath's Rampage? Probably. Hold on to this for later. Get rid of the Krasis. And then I'll Thoughtseize them here. I'll take K Command. They're getting close to being able to bring Croxa back. Oh, they can this turn. I think I'll just discard Clarion. Then I'll Rampage them, have Vanishing Verse up, and I'll be good to go. Oath of Kaya is going to help me end the game quicker too, because this can go face. Cool. Hit you for 5. Pass the turn with Vanishing Verse up, and then next turn I Oath of Kaya and attack and kill you, hopefully. Yeah, and they're dead. Cool. Good work, Giganta. You big spirit elk thing. You did good. Sweet. So against black-red stuff, I think I want the Clothuses and probably the Maelstrom Pulse. And I think I want to trim, like, the culling rituals, maybe. And do I want Teferi? Turns off, like, Culligan's Command and stuff like that. Can bounce some of their stuff. It's a little slow, probably not. Just let my removal do it. How many Thought Seizes do I want in a matchup like this? And do I want the Thought Erasure? Probably don't want the Duresses, but the Thought Erasure maybe is good. Let's just run it like this. I think this is good. Their hand was very removal heavy, and our deck has no cheap creatures in it, so that helped us in the first game. Yeah, I like this hand. Oh, cool. We can shock Thoughtseize on one now. Yeah. I'll do that. 2 Dreadhorde Arcanist and a Sorin. I guess I'll take the Sorin. They don't have any good spells to get with the Arcanist yet. I guess they could draw a Thoughtseize here, and that would be bad, but otherwise we're good. Iteration's a nice draw, but I don't have red mana. Okay. I'll definitely be Vanishing Versing this. Just get that right on out of here. And then there's another one, yep. Another Niv. I don't have red mana. So I'm wondering about shocking and picking up Giganta. Seems a little aggressive, but I think that's what I want to do. Next turn I can play Indatha Triome, or like a Savai Triome if I can find one. There we go. So I can play this tapped and then cycle this. Yeah, seems good. Red, green, white, blue, black. Yep. a command. I discard a card and I take 2. I think I'll just discard the Expressive Iteration at this point. I'm not going to cast it anytime soon. Yep. Go for it, opponent. Oh, they can double Thoughtseize me here. So actually not finding a removal for this Arcanist on time is going to be an issue. They can take the other Niv. And take 1. We'll cycle this. There's Lotus. Yeah, I think I'll just play Lotus here. Start eating their graveyard. And play the Zagoth Triome. They don't have any creature lands. Hitting me for 1 is not going to beat Lotus in a race. Yeah, I guess I probably should have not played the Zagoth Triome the turn before. Held it to cycles probably better. But this game's still close. Well, our opponent thought the game was over. Okay, cool. That matchup felt really good. Alright, so what did we learn today? Well, I learned that I think Teferi Time Raveler is great in this deck against blue-white opponents. Teferi made none of their cards work, and the only reason that our opponent was able to get ahead there was because they had drawn all 4 of their Shark Typhoons in the top half of their deck, and I missed lands for multiple turns in a row, where if I had had a land up, I could have, there was that turn where I played Teferi, untapped, or drew with Teferi, untapped 2 lands, and I could have Maelstrom Pulsed to kill both of the sharks there. But I didn't find land, and I had missed land for 4 turns in a row or something like that. It was very likely that I hit land that turn. And then I still didn't. If I had hit there, I think that game turns around. I like how I have this deck built, though. Having the main deck 2 and 4 aggro decks, or creature-based decks, and then having all of this control stuff in the sideboard seems like a really good way to build your deck. And I think Teferi is going to be an important piece in this deck moving forward. That being said, that's going to be it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will catch you next time.